Welcome to your daily focus for September the 2nd, 2018. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly. And thank you. Thank you, truly, for all the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. We had the Eight of Wands pop right out of the deck there. So, Eight of Wands, we have to consider where we are. So, we are at the full moon energy, right? We're still in the full moon energy. It's a 3/4 full moon today. So, this is where we decide what's good for us, what's not good for us, where we want to go, what we don't want in our lives, where we need to put endings, completion, and where we are going to set our sights. So I kind of get this as, we're working out the plan, we're working out the details to our plan, and we're seeing what fits and doesn't fit. We're kind of shooting all those wands into the air, and where they land is where they land. And does that agree with us? Does that feel grounded? Does that feel supportive? Does that feel like there is love involved? Is it something that you can do going forward? And it's all the little details. Don't get lost in the details. You can get lost in the details when this card comes up. So it's going with the flow. It's looking at things matter of factly. It's understanding, um, you know, it's understanding what you truly want in your life and what you truly don't want in your life. And sometimes we're not sure what we truly want, but we can state what we don't want. And so this is looking at different parts of our life and understanding if it's truly something that we want to be a part of, or if it was somebody else's drama, or we don't feel right in the situation, or we don't have a comfort zone at all, or and sometimes by releasing some things and letting some things go and understanding what is no longer relevant leads us to that new beginning, that new start, that new adventure, that new opportunity, that new relationship. So we'll put that back in the deck, see if it shows up again. And really go with the flow and see what comes up. Don't get lost in the details today, okay? I think with that card popping out, we could get very lost in all the details, all the planning, all the different things that have to come into play in order for things to work out right. And it's not necessary right now to really, we want to look at the details, but we don't want to get lost in the details. We want to think of the big picture. And don't close the door too fast just because it doesn't fit in your plan. Keep your options open. Look at this, the sun comes out. Sun comes out again. It's leaving the past in the past. It's not taking it forward. It's knowing that you've walked that path. You've walked it for a reason, in order to gain wisdom, in order to gain strength, in order to gain confidence. The sun is shining on you. This is your time to shine. This is your time to look towards where you want to go forward, what you want to create, what you want to invent, where you will love, who will you love, what will you love, what opens up the door to your passion, your dreams, your desires. And we have a 22 energy today, and I think the sun and moon square at 10 degrees of Gemini. So we have that 10. So the 10 boils down to a 1. So always remember that when you have 10, 20, 30, anything with the 0, it's the God factor in there. So the magician, and it's illuminated, it's divine. So where do you want to go forward? What is your dream? What is your design for your destiny? And leaving the past behind you. moving forward, saying this doesn't belong in my life anymore. You know, I get that, taking off that cloak again. So I think that's a very big part of this full moon energy, because it keeps coming up and coming up in my mind that it's time to remove those safeguards that you once had in place, that safety net you once had in place. And yes, it served a purpose. It served a very strong purpose in your life. It kept you safe. It kept you grounded. It kept you safe. But you're coming to understand that you don't need that support anymore. You don't need that security blanket, that net to save you. That you've grown in your confidence, you've grown in your strength, you've grown in your wisdom. And now it's time to take all that forward. Okay? Sun in Virgo is very much about looking around and seeing what you have and what you know, and making the most of it. We have the Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands is in the middle, and you know, this is getting lost in the details. We're trying to keep everything, you know, it's like a juggling act, and we're trying to keep everything going. And sooner or later, something's going to drop, something's going to end. So we have to worry about the big picture. We have to worry about the bigger details. We have to worry about, you know, here we are, the Ten of Wands, okay? And we've got that load pretty secure on our shoulders. And we're wearing this reddish brown cape. So we are grounded, we are courageous, we are confident. So are we? Because this is in our challenge area, isn't it? Our conflict area. That path looks very unsteady. One slip of the foot and that whole thing is going to come down around you. So what don't you need? What is that extra weight that you are carrying? What is that extra burden that you are carrying? What doesn't belong in your life anymore, and yet you continue to carry it forward with you, weighing you down? You know, we have, with all those wands, some beautiful growth on some of them, and others are deadwood. Others don't belong in our lives anymore. And it could be a behavior, it could be a habit, it could be a way we react to things. It could be what we do day to day in our routines that isn't needed anymore, that doesn't need our energy, or we've been carrying it for so long we don't even realize that we're giving it that energy. So meditate, reflect on your life, on what you do throughout the day, where you might be wasting time or energy or resources. It'll strengthen you. And then we have the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is really about looking towards the new abundance that you can grow in your life. So realize that within a week we will be celebrating the new moon. And at the new moon, we always want to plant those new seeds. So a full moon is looking where we need to complete, how we've walked through that new moon energy, and what we have accomplished and what we haven't accomplished, and where we need to accomplish. We have the green here for growth. And she looks very solemn. She looks very intent on looking at that abundance. So you have to say, what is abundance to me? Because my abundance is not your abundance. It's very unique. It's very individual. It might be for some of you good health. It might be a loving family. It might be a home you can call your own. It could be that career, that job, that way of supporting others, helping others, your community efforts. Where do you feel where abundance can be in your life? Where do you want to grow your abundance? This is definitely, pages are very young energy, so where you want to grow abundance. And if you pay attention, okay, pages, knights, they all bring in messages. So talk to your spirit guides, your angels, God, the universe, source, that beautiful divine energy that surrounds you. Have a conversation seemingly with yourself, because that's the way it'll feel when you first start doing things like that. But you'll be amazed at the wisdom that you tap into, your own inner sage wisdom. Let's get an affirmation. So also with the moon in Gemini, I mean, that's communication, that's debating, that's, um, so write it out, journal it out, have a conversation with a mentor, somebody you trust, somebody you respect, to throw ideas out there, see where it takes you. Three of Earth. The Three of Earth appears. Teamwork, building on solid foundations, group efforts, dedicated collaboration. What I am building is grounded in a solid foundation, so I know I can trust that it will not slip away suddenly. I am joined by others in coordinated efforts to bring forth what we have chosen to co-create. The architecture of my dreams is becoming tangible, taking shape before me. I share my joy and pride with my partners and supporters, teachers and students. We are all learning, growing, and building together. So where are you co-creating? Where are you building? Where are you growing? Where are you learning? Where are you teaching? What I am building is grounded in a solid foundation. Now, saying that out loud, you might say, well, I'm not so solid here, or I'm not so solid there, and you will see where you can plant those new seeds to give you that solid foundation going forward, to allow yourself to grow, to allow yourself to stand strong. And an animal card. And know that we've experienced very similar energy earlier in the week, right? Wednesday was the 3 energy, Saturday was the 3 energy, Thursday was a 22 energy, Sunday was a 22 energy. So we went from that divine empress kind of feeling of fertility and growth and new designs on our life, on our future, on our abundance, on our happiness, on our joy. And then 22 is about making the plan. It's about making the commitment. It's about knowing that you're willing to do the work. And then doing the work. And it brings in great success. Moonlight with the crab. When I was doing Friday, I thought maybe I should do Friday and Saturday together, but then I think I even said at one point, maybe I should have done all 3 days. And here we do have a lot of the same energy showing up, don't we? Moonlight, mystery, darkness, jealousy, anger, emotion, and regeneration. Everyone is a moon and has a dark side which he never shows to anybody. If you've chosen crab, the message is that you have become overcome with an anger, or an emotion, a jealousy. It's now time for you to look at all the issues and release the negative emotions that you are hanging on to and release them. So once again, it's about looking at what we need to release in our lives, what we've been hanging on to, what we no longer need in our life, or where we need to let go or have an ending or a completion or a closure or healing in our life. Crabs are very versatile. They can move on water or land, and if you've chosen crab, you are being reminded that you've been uptight and not going with the flow. Crab tells you that this is a time of regeneration and transformation. It can occur only if you set down the negativity and allow yourself to turn away from your dark side and embrace the light that shines on and within your spirit. If you can't see it, the reminder is that the moon remains strong to help guide and transform you. Release all that is troubling you. Release all that is troubling you. Use the moon cycles to assist you in your journey. Many people get moody during a full moon, while others feel sadness at the new moon. Pay close attention to your moods during the moon cycles and see if there's a pattern, because we are all affected by the moon in different ways. Okay, the moon is a very strong energy, and it has a lot to do with our emotions, and it has a lot to do with our dreams. So pay attention to the moon cycles and where you are, and start journaling. And pay attention, because it will allow you to go with more of a flow with what you are experiencing around you in your immediate world. Remember that this is a time of transformation. Where does it say that in here? Transformation, regeneration, and transformation. So it is a time to heal yourself. It is a time to allow healing in your life. And that could come from a closure. That could come from an ending. Completing something, getting it off your plate, having that conversation with another that you've been putting off. And turn away from the dark, turn away from the negative, and turn towards the positive. The light shines on you. The light shines on you. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.